this is also why I think they're pushing the alien agenda.
Yeah.
They've been telling us for years what they want us to believe who aliens are, which I don't believe is true. I've told you before in the past, I believe aliens are fallen angels. There's evidence behind that.
Yeah.
But there's their way of introducing these fallen angels as, and I'm saying, well, the way of introducing fallen angels as aliens is go back to the movies. We've been, I don't know how many years of cinema have been there, like centuries, like whenever the first movie came out, talking about weird things, and aliens have been part of it. It's like, but it's a part of predictive programming. They're here to attack, or they're here to this. It's like they're showing you what they're about.
Yeah. Even aliens. Did you see that whole thing in Miami?
Yeah.
What do you think?
They're walking around the street.
Walking around the street in the mall.
Yeah.
New Year's Day.
I haven't seen any footage. I've only seen the outside. People are like, well, they won't let us see what it looks like. Have you seen what they actually look like?
Apparently, when they were going to film, there was like a force that cleaned up every camera. So if you're trying to take a video or a photo, you wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, God has done that a lot of times too.
What, like turn off people's phones?
Yes. So have you heard about the whole theory about what happened with the Ark of the Covenant?
No.
Really? So the Ark of the Covenant, obviously, where the 10 Commandments is kept.
Okay, yeah.
So that's the Ark.
Yeah.
And that has apparently been hidden for centuries, right? But there was this archaeologist, I think he was, God opened his eyes and showed him where the Ark of the Covenant was. But he went to go take pictures of it. God wouldn't let him take pictures of it. And the angels wouldn't show him. Like, apparently the angels came down, opened up the Ark, and just showed him what was in there. But it wasn't ready for the world to reveal it. A couple of years, and then years passed by that God was ready to do. Then the pictures and stuff started work. And apparently where it's located is right below where Jesus was crucified. And the blood, there's actually blood on the Ark of the Covenant, which they've taken back to test what they said it's not of this world. It only has half of the DNA chromosomes. Because again, Jesus was only half human, right? He was from the Holy Spirit. So I think you're supposed to have 46 chromosomes, is that correct? Or 30, whatever it is, it's half. So they're like, so.
Wow.
Yeah. So they even have scientific proof that Jesus existed.
Yeah.
Right. But again, but God only allowed this archaeologist to reveal when at his time, at his leisure. And now they're saying that because the end of the world is supposedly coming up. Apparently, if you believe, like whether you believe in that or not, now he's allowing them to open up people's eyes in the cameras. So that happened in this situation in Miami. And I also heard, so reason why I believe that aliens are fallen angels, it's not my conjecture. Something I read once, I was watching when I was getting into conspiracy theories and becoming Christian back in 2009, 2010. There was a guy who became Christian. And what he used to do is like, he believed in aliens and he would record aliens and show them and put it on YouTube. But what he was seeing was some of the people were getting demonically possessed if he watched the video. So he was compelled. So he had this whole write-up. He's like, I've taken down all my videos because this was happening. Because I no longer believe that they're extraterrestrials. He goes, from what I've read and what God has opened me up is that they're actually, well, I guess extraterrestrials would be like, they would still be extraterrestrial because even if they are fallen angels, devils, they're still extraterrestrial. But he goes, this is what they are. It was a portal for them, if you watch a video, a portal for you to open up to be demonically possessed. So could that be in this kind of situation? Is it the God blanking people from the vision? Because then if they were real aliens, fallen angels, could they possess you by watching the video? Is God protecting us that way? Or is it the other way? Is a way for us, is it the elite trying to push this new alien agenda?
Project Bluebeam.
Especially,
I find it weird, like how January 1st out of all days, right? And then the police try to cover it up with saying it was like a bunch of riffraffs fighting in the mall. And then you have a full force of police vehicles coming to the mall, shutting. And
did you see the people running?
Yeah.
That was not a look of vandalism. I think that was a look of terror.
You can see the TikToks of people saying what they saw.
Yeah.
There's one cop who was talking to his son on FaceTime. And his son is asking him, his friend was recording in the background and the dad is on FaceTime. And the son is asking his dad, what happened? You were there. And the dad's like, I'm not even allowed to talk about it because I just can't. It's like, Dad, come on. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't say anything. So they know what they saw. They know what's going on.
Shit.
So whatever that was, and apparently what people are saying, these beings were flashing from point A to point B. So for example, like where Isaac is right now, he's over there again.
Yeah.
Like people are freaking out, right? But these are some of the things that they're doing. It's either Project Bluebeam or it could be the fallen angels. Like, we don't know. Both things could be true at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to get to the whole movie with the Leave the World Behind because it's very fresh. It's very new. And the whole premise is that everything is going to go into, hey, you're going to lose internet, you're going to lose power. And movies
part of the predictive programming, but losing internet, what happened a couple of years ago with Rogers.
I was going to say that too. Can you believe that? Like, we lost power. I remember when that happened, everyone was just aimless. I remember coming out of the apartment. I took the stairs down. We went to the local shawarma joint. Guy couldn't even process payments. So he gave the food for free. And then my friends who live in the area, they came to mines and we're sitting in the balcony on a hot summer's day. And it's like, guys are like, yo, do you want to crack open a cold one? And I sat there. I was like, bro, guys, it's a freaking Tuesday. We should be working.
Yeah.
And you want to crack open a brewski right now. So everyone just, when you take away internet and power from people, we become very primitive in our behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I had to go pick up a deposit check. Actually, going to meet my client, the same client now after this podcast. I had to go pick up, and he lives in Richmond Hill. I'd never been to his house because I'd sold this. I always meet his investment property, so I've sold an investment property. We bought another investment property and rented it out. And he's like, gave me his address, and I'm like, I don't live in Richmond Hill. I don't know how to get here. And I went into my car, and thank God my car had a GPS. Like all cars have a GPS, right? Yeah. Because I use Waze. Because Waze gets around the city, the best route here and there. And I'm like, holy shit, I have no idea where I'm going. So I prayed to God that the address I'm putting in was right. And like, in case I got lost, I was screwed. Like, because you can't call you couldn't call anybody. You're just left there.
You're useless.
You're useless. Absolutely useless. The only thing, like, and how was the only way? And that's when Rogers was down, and I think other people that had Bell were okay. It was just odd.
And you know what they're saying about that? That was a test.
Yeah,
they do these things. They practice, like, little by little. Okay, how are they going to act when they can't process transactions? They can't check anything.
So this is what I think it makes me wonder about. I'm not a huge fan of digital currency. I think other things would become a currency before that. We can lose. Again, that's the elite showing you that you will have nothing and be happy with it. They will convert
we'll eat the bugs.
Yeah. We will convert everything to digital currency, and then the digital will go away, and you'll be left with whatever's on your back. Makes you wonder, like, what the hell? What's going to happen? So this is exactly what's happening in the movie. Well, what do you do when your phone doesn't work? What do you do when, remember we were with Kevin Bacon, he's at that point, he's like, what are you going to give me? Because I have everything here. I have nothing. I'm like, I have nothing to give you. Like, you want money? He's like, what's money going to, like, you end up paying him money, but physical money.
What am I going to do with that cash?
Well, that's the thing. Is like, if you're in a barter system, if the system goes to shit, like, then will money be worth anything? Because it's not backed by gold. Like, who cares? The system's all down.
Yeah.
So now we're going to be back to trading a loaf of bread for, I don't know, like a bicycle or something like barter system. Is that what we're going to do? So is this what they're telling us this might happen? So if we switch to a digital currency, which again, the whole thing with digital currency is all about control. It's the same thing with fucking electric cars. I cannot stand electric cars.
They'll control how far you can go and when you can use your car. Yo, DC, you said something reckless on your podcast. You know what? We're shutting down your car for a week.
Yeah.